Okay, now for question number 18, right, we will start to use some identities. So for this question 18, you'll realize that here, not only do I see cotangent square y, I also saw cosecant square y. Okay, if you look at the identity again, right, which are the two identity, which is the particular identity that actually have cotangent square and cosecant square? I hope you can answer this. It's actually the second one. Here you can see it's this one. So what happens is that I can just use the identity. Okay, so before I start doing the question, let me do the range first. So for this case, you see a y here and a y. It means to say I only need the range for this. Okay, so it's just the range 0 to 2 pi. Okay, next one. So I'll start doing the question. Cotangent square y plus 3 cosecant square y is equals to 5. We want to use the second identity. So what I'll do next is simply just to substitute that value. Use a color. So cotangent square x here, you can see that it's actually equals to cosecant square x minus 1. So here I can write cosecant square y minus 1. Okay, so the rest will just be written the way it is, equals to 5. Okay, now you will see that I will only have one trivial term. So just to do a quick shortcut, cosecant square y plus 3 cosecant square y will be 4 cosecant square y. Okay, and if I throw the number to the outside, -1, you bring it over, it will become 6. So same thing, I want to make my trigo the subject. So 6, I bring the 4 over, 6 over 4 will be 3 over 2. I can do cosecant, but can I change it to sine, cosine, or tangent? So cosecant is actually equals to 1 over sine, the opposite, sine square y, which is 3 over 2. So using what I told you previously, you just need to flip the equation, flip the fraction to get sine square y. Again, do I stop at sine square y? I don't want sine square y. I want sine y. So here, I will do a square root. And when I do that, do remember to do your part, to put your plus minus sign. Okay, more or less I'm there. So I can finally find my reference angle here. So reference angle is just equals to sine inverse square root 2 over 3. So here, that's fine. Okay, do remember, here my range is in terms of pi. It means to say that my calculator must be set to radian mode. So I'll put setup 0 and go into radian mode. To see whether it works, look at the top, it's in RAD mode now. So here I can press second function sine inverse square root 2 over 3. And the answer I'll get will be 0.95532. 95532. Okay, okay, so that's my reference angle. Okay, next thing I do, I told you already. Okay, we will always be using the reference angle, so I need to store the memory. So just put store memory. So now my m is replaced by 0.95532. Okay, next up. So I need to find out which quadrant is it at. So what I do next is ASTC again. ASTC. And since my sine y is equals to plus minus square root 2 third, it means to say I want to find the quadrant whereby my sine is positive and the quadrant where my sine is negative. Which means which quadrant is that? It's all 4 quadrant. So next step, I'll just find. First quadrant is just taking the reference angle. Second quadrant is taking pi minus the reference angle. Third quadrant is pi plus the reference angle. And the fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus the reference angle. So as what we have done so far, the same thing, the answer I'll get will just be the value of y. So since I'm just finding y, so there's no manipulation, my final answer can just be in 3SF. So it will be in my first, second, third, and fourth quadrant here. Okay, so in your calculator, how you will press. First quadrant is just the reference angle, so I write it as 0.955. That's all. For second quadrant, I just need to take pi minus recall memory. And I'll just write it as 2.19. Okay, third quadrant, I can actually do this. It's pi plus memory, which gives me 4.10. And the fourth quadrant is just 2 pi minus recall memory, which is 5.33. Okay, so since this is my final answer already, I'll just put my comma and it's already in ascending order within the range of 0 to 2 pi. That will be your final answer. So are you clear? Okay, now given the time, can you try to do question 19 on your own before you look at the next video? Similarly, you will be using one of the identity written at the top.